Netflix's latest Japanese action drama, Last Samurai Standing, has arrived with a thunderous response, instantly drawing comparisons to Tom Cruise's legendary 2003 film The Last Samurai. This new release, starring the immensely talented Junichi Okada, is being celebrated as a spiritual tribute rather than a remake. The film carries the same emotional depth, the same visual poetry, and the same aching conflict between honor and survival that define the original classic. What makes Last Samurai Standing stand out is its powerful portrayal of a Japan caught at the crossroads of tradition and change. Set decades after the events of Cruise's film, the story follows Takayama, a once revered samurai who has withdrawn from the world, believing his era is over. But when modern forces threaten a peaceful village that still upholds its cultural rituals, he is compelled to return to the battlefield he once abandoned. His journey is a raw, intimate exploration of identity, legacy, and the cost of staying true to one's code. Director Takashi Yamazaki brings an extraordinary vision to the screen, blending historical drama with breathtaking cinematography. Wide shots of cherry blossoms, slow-burn scenes of mist rolling across mountains, and intense close-ups during sword fights all create an atmosphere that feels both nostalgic and cinematic. Each frame echoes the samurai ethos: quiet strength, deep reflection, and explosive action when provoked. Yamazaki's ability to create tension using silence is one of the film's most compelling strengths. Junichi Okada's performance elevates the entire narrative. Known for his mastery of physical roles, Okada executes his stunts with precision and authenticity, choosing realism over theatrics. But it's his emotional vulnerability that truly surprises. Through subtle gestures, tightened fists, trembling breaths, lingering gazes, he conveys a lifetime of regret, pride, and inner turmoil. His portrayal of a man fighting not for glory, but for meaning is what gives the film its heart. The action sequences in Last Samurai Standing are beautifully choreographed, grounded in traditional Japanese combat styles. Unlike many modern action films, the fights are not drenched in CGI or exaggerated acrobatics. Instead, they rely on the weight of steel, the rhythm of footwork, and the emotional stakes behind each strike. The sword fights feel brutally real, yet poetically executed, honoring the authenticity of samurai combat. The film also explores the inevitable clash between the old world and the new. Western influence is growing, industries are modernizing, and the samurai way of life is fading into memory. Through Takayama's eyes, viewers witness the pain of watching one's values become irrelevant. Yet, the story never glorifies the past blindly. It acknowledges the flaws, contradictions, and sacrifices buried within tradition. This balanced perspective is what makes the narrative resonate strongly with modern audiences. As the final act unfolds, the film shifts from introspective drama to a powerful emotional crescendo. Takayama's last stand is not about winning a war, it's about protecting a way of life, however small it may be. His battle becomes symbolic of every culture resisting erasure, every individual fighting for identity in a rapidly changing world. It is this thematic depth that cements the film as more than just an action spectacle. Since its premiere, Last Samurai Standing has dominated streaming charts globally. Viewers are praising its storytelling, its respectful homage to the 2003 epic, and Okada's unforgettable performance. For many fans, it feels like the continuation they didn't know they needed, honoring the essence of The Last Samurai while forging its own legacy. Netflix has once again proven its commitment to bringing powerful international cinema to a worldwide audience. In the end, the film delivers a message that lingers long after the credits roll. Cultures may evolve, eras may end, but the spirit of the samurai, discipline, honor, resilience, remains eternal. Last Samurai Standing doesn't just pay tribute to a classic. It keeps the flame burning for a new generation. Beyond its cinematic brilliance, Last Samurai Standing has sparked conversations about the evolving identity of Japanese cinema on the global stage. For years, Japanese historical dramas remained local treasures, rarely breaking into mainstream Western popularity. But with Netflix's distribution, audiences worldwide are rediscovering the elegance and complexity of samurai narratives. The film acts as a bridge between Japan's storytelling heritage and a modern, international audience hungry for authentic cultural experiences. Another aspect generating buzz is the film's deeply emotional soundtrack. Composed by the renowned Ryuichi Sakamoto's protege, Yutaka Hirano, the score layers traditional Japanese instruments with modern orchestral arrangements. Soft taiko drums echo behind melancholic flute melodies, while sweeping strings intensify the final battle. Fans have praised the soundtrack for tapping into both nostalgia and fresh emotion, echoing the same musical magic that made Hans Zimmer's work in The Last Samurai unforgettable. The supporting cast also deserves recognition. Rising star Fumino Kimura delivers a beautifully restrained performance as Aiko, the village healer who becomes Takayama's moral anchor. Her character embodies compassion and quiet resilience, reminding viewers that strength is not always found on the battlefield. Similarly, Ken Watanabe's voice cameo, used in a symbolic dream sequence, ties the film spiritually to its 2003 predecessor. Audiences were stunned when they recognized his presence, a subtle but meaningful nod to fans of the original. Critics have also lauded the film's screenplay, which balances intimate character moments with sweeping historical themes. Dialogue throughout the movie carries philosophical undertones, honoring the contemplative nature of samurai culture. Lines like, "A blade is only as strong as the hand that trembles for it," or "To forget our past is to surrender our future," have already begun trending on social media, especially among fans drawn to poetic storytelling. A major highlight comes from the film's production design. Every costume, prop, and set piece is crafted with meticulous care. Armor is weathered to look lived in, tea houses are constructed using traditional techniques, and the village architecture reflects authentic Edo period craftsmanship. This attention to realism not only grounds the story in historical accuracy, but also deepens its emotional impact. Viewers can feel the world breathe, from the flicker of lantern light to the whisper of bamboo forests. One of the boldest choices the filmmakers made was the pacing. Modern action films often rely on high-speed sequences and constant movement, but Last Samurai Standing takes a slower, more meditative approach. It allows scenes to linger, giving audiences time to absorb the visual beauty and emotional stakes. This deliberate pace mirrors the samurai philosophy of patience, intention, and presence, making the experience not just cinematic, but almost spiritual.